I think we did some, pretty good things on defense, but obviously they had some pretty big explosive plays as well. So you can look at, this game a lot of different ways, but on the defensive end, it's some things we got to clean up for sure. Letting big runs out of the gate, big explosive passes is something, we preach about not letting happen, every week. And so we can definitely improve. But I think we played, well in stretches tonight, but, we want to get more consistent.
Yeah, talk a little more about the challenge of facing those two running backs. They make quick cuts. They're a couple of talented backs.
Yeah, no, like you said, they're very talented. Both of them, they have elite vision. Both of them have elite feet as well. So, it was a couple times we got out of our gap tonight, and they found it. And that's something we talked about all week. If we get out of our gap, they're going to find a hole. And so a couple of big runs, they hit it.
Coach Mason talked about being physical with Weidermeyer, the tight end. I thought you guys did that. Maybe had an effect on his game today.
Yeah, no, that was definitely part of the game plan to try to limit him as much as we could. He's a big-time player. So, you watch the film, he's cut on the film, he's, wide open all the time. And, so we just kind of wanted to put our hands on him as much as we could, try to just make it tough for him because, when you play great players like that, they're going to make some plays. That's something we understood, but we had to stick with it. We were able to, kind of contain him a little bit.
What have Coach Harsin and Coach Mason instilled in this team from the standpoint of coming back from a loss like this and being able to refocus quickly and kind of go back to work tomorrow?
I think it all ties into Coach Harsin's 1-0 mentality. Just understanding that, you got to go 1-0 every week. So after you play the game, you come in Sunday, you reassess. We call Sunday Assessment Sunday. So once you assess, you flush it and move on. Whether you win or you lose, you got to move on because, you got another opponent the next week. And so now, we got to come in, watch the film, get better, and shift our focus to Mississippi State.
The Auburn Football Review, featuring Coach Ralph Shug Jordan.
Be sharp. Be ready.
You are the champion of the best football conference in America.
You guys can say tonight, man, there's nobody better than you.
It means so much to be standing here as Auburn's head football coach.
The official Auburn post-game show since 1954. This is the Auburn Football Review, presented by Toyota.
Welcome to the Auburn Football Review presented by Toyota. Following Auburn's 20-3 loss at Texas A&M. Joined now by Auburn head coach Bryan Harsin. 3-3 at the half, but it was really a defensive game from start to finish today, Coach.
Yeah, I thought both sides were playing well in the defense. But at the end of the day, it's a matter of someone's going to create points. And we felt like coming out of half, we could do that. We could generate some points on the offensive side. But we gave points up. We gave the defense, their defense, a chance to score. And so, you got to get the momentum back, and you got to be able to get down in the red zone. And I thought our defense in that area did well. We got to get down there on the offensive side and put points on the board.
There were times where you were able to move the ball today, but had to settle for field goal attempts most of the afternoon.
We did, yeah. That's the problem. You got to finish drives in the end zone and score like we had before. And A&M's a good football team, and they did play well, but we have also done things much better than what we did tonight. And, we know we can execute at a higher level. We just didn't do it.
Let's take a look at the first half highlights presented by Truckworks.
You can feel the stadium sway as this game begins. Davis kicks it to the back of the end zone, and Auburn will go first down and 10. Calzada from the shotgun. Drops and looks. He's flushed out of the pocket, and he throws it away. 3rd and 9 from the Auburn 26. Quadruple. They throw the screen. It is complete to the near sideline, and it's across the 35. It's a first down for Auburn to Shaun Shivers with a man in motion. Turns, hands up the middle. First down, Shaun Shivers. He's out to the 47-yard line, and an Auburn first down. Give him the 48. Brings Hudson closer to the line of scrimmage. Play action, rolls to his right. Nix looks, throws, is complete to John Samuel Shaker. Down near the 40-yard line, and an Auburn first down. And in motion, that was Shivers. It's a quarterback draw by Bo Nix. He's to the 35, falls forward. He's to the 29-yard line, and an Auburn first down. Give him 11 and an Auburn first down. Nix under center. Turns, hands off, big hole for Tank Bigsby. He's inside the 20, close to the 16-yard line. They'll give him the 17, and that's an Auburn first down. McFadden will hold, Quattlebaum will snap it. Snap down, the kick is on the way by Carlson, and the kick is good. So these two teams have exchanged field goals. Carlson's kickoff. to the goal line. Taken 2 yards deep into the end zone by A-Chain. Taken down at the 9-yard line. Flanking Calzada to his left. And it's a handoff to A-Chain, hit behind the line of scrimmage, and he loses a yard. Makes that 3 yards on the play. The first half comes to a close, an old-fashioned barn burner between the Tigers and the Aggies from Kyle Field. Auburn 3, Texas A&M 3.
3-3 ball game at the half, Coach. I mean, really good defensive struggle. Moved the football somewhat in the first half. Talk about your offense in the first half of play today.
Yeah, I think we felt like we could run the ball and needed to, and that would open up some things in the pass game. There was opportunities there, but we had some self-inflicted wounds where we put the ball on the ground, we dropped the ball a few times, and we had some opportunities, I think, in the run game that felt like it was close, and we just could not break through. Credit to A&M's defense, but we got to be more consistent in those areas because you got to score points, you got to put touchdowns on the board, and we didn't do that well enough tonight. We didn't put ourselves in a position to do that well enough tonight.
On the other hand, the defense was there all day long, really did a nice job against this Texas A&M, and really you could say that about both defenses throughout the game, first half and second half.
Yeah, I think if you look at the score, both defenses played well. The offenses were trying to figure out how to move the ball and to get points on the board, and so both defenses were playing well, and we just, we didn't create enough opportunities for our team on the offensive side to win this ball game, and it's a matter of time, that someone's going to score some points, and it needs to be us.
This is the Auburn Football Review. We'll be back with the second half right after this, presented by Toyota.
The Auburn Football Review is presented by Toyota. Let's go places. Verizon, the exclusive 5G partner of Auburn Athletics. And by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama. We cover what matters.
4 cup holders for all the water the internet told you to drink. Alexa for finding the nearest bathroom. Or the next nearest bathroom. The 2022 Toyota Corolla. Right now, get 0% APR for 36 months on a new 2022 Toyota Corolla. Toyota, let's go places.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama. Looks like you two have something in common.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama covers more Alabamians than anybody else. Proud sponsor of the Tide and Tigers.
Hey y'all, I'm Riley Green. While performing keeps me busy on the road, Alabama is where I was born and raised, and it will always bring me back home to vote. Writing songs allows me to use my voice to tell my story. You too can make your voice heard by registering to vote and obtaining a government-issued photo ID. Your civic participation is crucial to the success of us as a state. Together, let's make a difference for Alabama.
It's now time for the Coach's Spotlight, presented by Yellowwood Brand Pressure Treated Pine. For 5-star backyards, it's Yellowwood Brand Pressure Treated Pine.
Welcome inside the Coach's Spotlight today. We're joined by offensive line coach Will Friend. Coach, War Eagle, welcome.
War Eagle, good to be here.
Let's let people get to know you a little bit. We know where you went to school, so we won't talk about that as much, but let's talk about your coaching career and what was it that led you to get into this line of work?
I had my father was my high school coach, and my high school coaches that were on his staff were
people that I admired, and they kind of raised me. So I was around coaches my whole life. Was fortunate enough to go to college, and the men that were the coaches on the staff that when I played in school were guys that I looked up to, and men that I kind of wanted to be like, and you know, it's really, I saw the importance of what coaching meant to players, to people like I was, and how important you are to the community, and especially at a place like Auburn that cares about their athletics, and there's a community that cares about the program, and that's kind of what I want to be a part of. Here we go, let's go, let's go! Hit, come on. So yeah, good Tate, stay, hey, keep your pads flat. Keep your pads flat. All right, hit, come on, drop. Finish, drive through him.
You played the position. There's got to be something special about the way you can relate to guys. A lot of times we hear about offensive linemen being soft-spoken and a little more reserved, but then a mean streak strikes when the whistle blows. So just talk a little bit about what it takes to bring that out of guys and to teach them and bring them along.
Well, I think that's definitely an important part. You got to have competitive people that like that part. I think your toughness has to come from that position. Hopefully I can coach guys and make them a lot better player than I was, but that's kind of the goal. But really you want to find guys that have that kind of have that it about them, that have that toughness, that are ready to compete, and really it's about guys that are unselfish and guys that care about the overall good of the unit and the program more than individual goals. Your goals are about the team winning, about the unit performing well, and so you have to have those kind of minded people. There you go, good. Keep your eyes up, elbows tight, hands ready to play. Hit, come on, drop, move, stay in front. Good, nice cut.
You build relationships in this profession, don't you, with other assistants that you work with, and certainly with those players down throughout the years.
That's right, and it's kind of, wherever you've been, and I've been lucky enough to be at a couple of different places that are really good schools, but it's about the players that you coach, the coaches that you coach with, and you'll forever be part of that university and that team, and what's really important is the success that you see these players have down the road. Over-exaggerate your base. Eyes up, T. Eyes up. Elbows tight. Eyes up. See me. Hey, Jax. Good job, man. Good job, dog. Good. Good job. Atta baby. Good.
When you're not Coach Friend, when you're just Will, what are you doing in your downtime?
I like to spend time with whatever my wife tells me to do. So I have Coach Harsin here, Coach Bobo here, and then I have my wife at home. So I kind of have to follow orders there. But just being with the family, we like to go to the beach or go on vacation when we get with a chance. But just spending time with the family and doing those type things.
That's a relatable answer from Coach Will Friend.
All right.
Coach, thanks for being in the Coach's Spotlight. War Eagle.
War Eagle, man.
Introducing the first stain worthy of the YELLA tag. YELLA Wood Protector Stain and Sealer. Powerful protection for your deck. Available in pre-mixed grab-and-go cans. Find a YELLA Wood dealer near you.
Car wreck and you don't know where to go. Listen real close, I'll tell you what I know. Vance Law Firm will make you smile. Pick up the phone, here's the number to dial. Down 3 for me. 3 Vance Law Firm. For me. 3 Vance Law Firm. For me. 3 Vance Law Firm. For me. 3 Vance Law Firm.
Toomer's Corner, where on game day, history and victory intersect. Here, the majestic Oaks are rolled with pride, celebrating another Auburn win, while our foes use it to dry their eyes. This Auburn tradition presented by your local Ford dealer, where you'll find America's best-selling trucks. Visit your local Ford dealer for great offers on the 2021 F-150.
The official truck of the Auburn Tigers.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama. Looks like you two have something in common.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama covers more Alabamians than anybody else. Proud sponsor of the Tide and Tigers.
Introducing the first stain worthy of the YELLA tag. New YELLAwood Protector semi-transparent stain and water repellent. Find a dealer near you.
Welcome back on the Auburn Football Review presented by Toyota. Let's take a look at the second half highlights presented by Truckworks.
Ball in the middle of the field. Spiller, the tailback. He'll take the carry. Auburn's got him corralled in the backfield. He loses 5 yards. Oh, that's Ladarius Tennyson that lowered the hit on the play. Man. From the left hash mark, Calzada to A-Chain. Tries to go outside, and he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. He was just swallowed up on the play by J.J. Pegues, the converted tight end, defensive lineman for Auburn. Spiller, the tailback, flanks Boast to his left. Boast hands to Spiller. Spiller is tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Zacoby McClain. Weidemeyer goes in motion. Calzada turns and hands the ball to A-Chain. 30, 35, 40. Into the open field. 50, 40. Down the sideline. Fumbles the football. Ball is loose. Down to the Texas A&M goal line. And it's recovered by Auburn at the 4 by Roger McCreary. Kaufman punched it. McCreary recovers it.
Coach, a look at the highlights of the second half. It's odd that neither team scores an offensive touchdown here today. The only touchdown was the fumble, the scoop and score for Texas A&M. And that was a big part of the game today. With the 2-point conversion, all of a sudden they're up by 14 points at that time.
Yeah, it's huge for momentum. I think anytime a defense scores, that's going to be a positive for that team. Now, that being said, we needed to overcome that. You know, that happened. Things happen in the game. You got to be able to overcome it. You got to get it back out there and put together a drive to answer when the other team scores points, and we weren't able to do that tonight.
You had to do some shuffling with the offensive line. How much of a factor was that in this game?
Yeah, I don't know that right now. We've done that throughout the season. We moved some guys around, trying to create some momentum too with just running the ball, and their defensive line, the front seven is very good, so we felt like we had to do those things to be more competitive.
You were playing a man down with regard to the safeties, and yet it's 2 safeties that end up being your leading tacklers with Smoke Monday and Ladarius Tennyson out there this afternoon for you.
Those guys played well. And those guys were around the football. They tackled in space. We knew we had to do that. So I'm proud of those guys. We just, they created some explosive plays. We needed more of that in the game.
What's the message to the team after this ball game? You're coming back home next week, and we'll talk a little bit more about Mississippi State. What's the message to your team, and what do you work on this week in practice?
Well, the message is the same. We got to play good football. It's still about fundamentals. It's still about the things that make a good football team, and we got to focus on that. So we have a lot of work to do in those areas, and everybody that's going to be there on Sunday needs to have that mindset going into that week.
Next up for Auburn, Mississippi State will preview the battle between the Tigers and the Bulldogs when we come back on the Auburn Football Review presented by Toyota.
The Auburn Football Review is presented by Toyota. Let's go places. Verizon, the exclusive 5G partner of Auburn Athletics. And by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama. We cover what matters.
And remember, what are we not going to mention to Grandma?
That Grandpa loves redheads? That Lizzie got a lower back tattoo? That you have trust issues? That Mom doesn't really have a headache every Sunday?
The 2021 Toyota Highlander. Perfect for the not-so-perfect family. Right now, get 0% APR for 36 months on a new 2021 Toyota Highlander. Toyota, let's go places.
There's always been something special in Auburn. It gets into your very soul and never leaves you, ever. This past year reminded us what we're made of. It's what moves us upward. It's what moves us forward. It's what has always been and what will always be in Auburn. Learn more at auburn.edu.
Hey y'all, I'm Riley Green. While performing keeps me busy on the road, Alabama is where I was born and raised, and it will always bring me back home to vote. Writing songs allows me to use my voice to tell my story. You too can make your voice heard by registering to vote and obtaining a government-issued photo ID. Your civic participation is crucial to the success of us as a state. Together, let's make a difference for Alabama.
We picture the student athlete for the hit, the catch, the run. But it's time we picture them for more. The flag bearer, the flag changer, the poet, the big dreams, the huge heart, and the team comedian. More than students, more than athletes.
War Eagle, I'm Mackenzie Hamilton, and let's go inside the program.
Inside the Program is presented by Verizon. Now you can experience the power of Verizon 5G at Jordan-Hare Stadium.
Linebacker, team captain, grad student. There are a lot of ways to describe Chandler Wooten, but when asked how he would define who he is, one word was all it took, and that word is leader. At Auburn, family means everything, and the same can be said for Chandler Wooten.
Auburn is family. Everybody says, when you get here and, every time you step on campus, you feel that family atmosphere and it's real. And so, it's just something I didn't feel anywhere else. Obviously growing up very family oriented, with my mom, dad, my brothers, and the rest of my family, the village that helped raise me, it felt like home. And so it was just only right.
It was a perfect fit, not only for Wooten, but also for Auburn football. Contributing as a true freshman, number 31 would go on to earn veteran status in the Tigers defense by his third season on the Plains. But before his senior year, in the heart of the pandemic, Wooten decided to put his family before the game and opted out of the 2020 season.
It was definitely hard to step away from the game for a year. It was my first time since I was about 8 years old, not playing football, and so it was definitely a transition. Deep down I really wanted to be out there, but I also knew, this was what was best for my family at the time.
Family, both current and future. That November, Wooten welcomed his son Chance into the world before returning to the field in the spring.
And now I just have a bigger, why, a bigger reason why I'm doing everything that I'm doing, and so he just motivates me to another level.
You made the comment that you feel like you came back a smarter player. What did you do during your time off to elevate your play?
I watched nothing but football, watching film, from my previous seasons. And I just worked out. I just had to find ways to stay in shape, and it kind of just made it fun for me, to, not really have, the necessary resources, but just to find a way. Just overcome obstacles and adversity and just find a way. And that's kind of something I want to instill in my son too.
And his hard work would not go unrecognized, as Chandler's teammates elected him one of 2 permanent team captains for the season.
Yeah, that was an awesome feeling, just to find out that, even after a year off, and everything that the team had been through, I had been through, just coming back together, and it was a huge honor for me.
What legacy do you want to leave here at Auburn?
I want people to, understand, what I stood for. That I was a man of my word, and I was just a leader, somebody you can depend on. I just want to, my teammates to know that I really did have genuine love for them, and it just went beyond football, that I'll always be here, even for life.
Family on 3, 1, 2, 3, family.
A leader both on and off the field, Chandler says that he wakes up each day with the goal of impacting others in a positive way, a mindset that he attributes his family and specifically his parents for instilling in him.
We did it again. Verizon has been named America's most reliable network by Root Metrics, and our customers rated us #1 for network quality in America, according to J.D. Power. #1 in reliability 16 times in a row. Most awarded for network quality 27 times in a row. Proving once again that nobody builds networks like Verizon. That's why we're building 5G right. That's why there's only one best network.
It's time for football, so get the playbook out and meet the lineup at KiaofAuburn.com. Score a touchdown at your tailgate with the all-new Carnival MPV. Or check out the new 2022 Kia Sportage, the newest member of the Kia SUVs. Score more with style and performance in the K5 or Stinger. Selection, price, trade-in value. You always get it all at Kia of Auburn. Make the winning play and shop for a vehicle or book a service from home at KiaofAuburn.com. Kia of Auburn, where you're always number one.
Beginning the morning you opened your eyes, we spent every waking moment preparing you for the day you'd leave our nest. Whether it's driving to practice or helping with homework, it's all prepared you for, what am I going to be when I grow up? Will you be ready?
After much thought, I made my decision to take my talents to the IBEW Local 613.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers is not simply a job, it's a career. Visit IBEW613.org to begin a new future today.
There's always been something special in Auburn. It gets into your very soul and never leaves you, ever. This past year reminded us what we're made of. It's what moves us upward. It's what moves us forward. It's what has always been and what will always be in Auburn. Learn more at auburn.edu.
Wrapping up the Auburn Football Review presented by Toyota. Next up for the Tigers, Mississippi State at 11 o'clock Saturday at Jordan-Hare Stadium. Our pregame coverage on the Auburn Sports Network begins at 8 o'clock with the Tiger Tailgate Show presented by Conecuh Sausage. It's a vastly different offense that you'll face in Mississippi State coming in. At 11 o'clock game, those can be tough to get out of the gate quickly. There's a lot of challenges coming up with State coming into town on Saturday.
Well, there definitely is, and they'll be a good football team by the time they get to us, and they've shown that throughout the year. So the focus is on us. The focus is on the things that we have to do to prepare ourselves to go out there and play better football than what we did today. And it's going to be a different offense, different style. We know they're going to throw it around, so we'll prepare ourselves for that. But at the end of the day, it still comes back to the basics, the fundamentals, and the things that we know we have to do in order to win football games.
From an offensive standpoint, just talk about what you work on this week in practice to reestablish maybe not the confidence, but the momentum from an offensive standpoint this week, Coach.
No, it's execution every day. I mean, it's every single thing that we do, every individual rep that we take, every team rep that we take. You really got to execute it. You need to go back and watch it. You need to have yourself prepared when you go play against Mississippi State. And so it's all those things every single day that really need to show up for us so we can put together a really solid week to go out there and play against a good football team at 11 a.m.
What's not lost on this game is how well this defense played. I mean, you held a team at its home field without an offensive touchdown here this afternoon.
There's no question. Yeah, the defense did their part, but this is a team game, and that's the reality of it. And our guys know that. I think that's the main message for our guys is it's a team game. We had some really good individual performances, and the defensive side played well, but there's still things that we're looking at as a team that we can be better at, and that's really got to be the focus going into this next week.
We'll see you at Jordan-Hare Stadium Saturday morning at 11. War Eagle.
War Eagle.
Tigers head coach Brian Harsin. I'm Andy Burcham on the Auburn Football Review presented by Toyota.